Welcome to Not Entirely Unlike Tea with Christine Collins. Hey there, it's Christine Collins, and today we have a really fascinating topic that just about everyone will be able to relate to in some way, and that is around crying. And crying actually turns out to have quite a bit of healing powers, which aren't just psychological, they are also neuro-physiological, as if tears can literally wash away stress. So unlike other types of tears, emotional tears contain high concentrations of stress hormones and toxins, so that when you cry, you're physically removing those stress chemicals from your body, including excess cortisol, which can be damaging when it's highly elevated. It also triggers a whole variety of neurological and chemical changes in your brain and in your body, including activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest mode, and that naturally counteracts our sympathetic fight or flight stress system that sometimes we can get stuck in when we are highly stressed or in a lot of emotional pain. And when that parasympathetic nervous system activates, we have slowing of the heart rate, breathing becomes deeper, muscles begin to relax. And that is partially why after crying, you may actually feel physically lighter and more relaxed, as if some of the stress has been washed away, even if the actual situation itself hasn't changed. Crying also stimulates the vagus nerve, which connects the brain and body, and that activation can help improve heart rate variability, which is a marker of stress resilience, and has some connection with emotional regulation. So it kind of helps to make our nervous system more adaptable and resilient to stress. And on a chemical level, in crying, we're releasing oxytocin and some of our own endogenous opioids, which are pain relievers, and also oxytocin, which is a mood elevator. It's kind of a feel-good, happy, loving hormone. And that helps to create more of a sense of comfort and calm and well-being, which restores some of our emotional equilibrium. So often crying literally provides a sense of relief and release. And certainly you can cry alone and experience many of these benefits. There's also sometimes a social component though if you are crying in front of someone else, which many of us try to avoid doing, but it signals to other people that we're in distress and we need support. And when we are followed by compassion from that other person, then we get some additional oxytocin release. And that happens not only for the person who's crying, but also for the person who is offering them comfort. So there's kind of a positive feedback loop for both people that strengthens social bonds and can enhance that healing quality. Another interesting component in connection with memory, which we talked about memory last week, we can actually reconsolidate some of the memories in a way that has a little bit less emotional charge when we are crying. And our brain can actually rewrite emotional components of memories over time, but still maintaining the factual content of the memory, but reprocessing it in a new way. So crying while you're processing a difficult experience can actually reduce the long-term emotional impact of the situation. Crying can also help to regulate serotonin levels. It may give a little boost of dopamine and reduce norepinephrine, which is a stress chemical that can kind of add to feelings of anxiousness or agitation. And overall, we get a better balance in our brain chemistry. And when we allow crying to happen, instead of suppressing it, we get some of those healing benefits, whereas suppressing tears can actually require extra energy from our body that creates like an internal stress. And that's why sometimes people feel better after a good cry, allowing the body's natural mechanism of stress relief to work. So it's kind of like a very complex biological little reset for us. And a lot of times we think of it as just an expression of emotion, but it's so much more than that. We're actually self-cleaning, and our body is designed in such a way to release tears in order to actually help us to heal, to feel better, to be a little bit uplifted, and also to reprocess some of those emotions of stress. So ultimately, while many of us attempt to suppress our tears when we're upset or frustrated or sad, it may not be the best idea to do that because there are many healing benefits in having that experience of release. It's both a physical, neuro-physiological release as well as an emotional release, and it can be actually very healthy. So I hope you found this to be interesting and insightful. If you are interested in additional emotional support tools, definitely check out my Mindset membership, which offers on-demand hypnosis, yoga nidra, EFT tapping, meditation, and visualization. And until we connect the next time, I wish you the most magical and creative rest of your day. Thanks for listening. This is Christine Collins at transformcreate.com.